Good morning, students. Today we are going to talk about the physiology. This is going to be the seventh lecture of your class. The course name is Biology for Engineers and the course code is BBS01T1008. So before going to the detailed systems present in the human body, we need to understand what is the whole physiology of the human body. So let's start it with. So what are the prerequisites for this particular lecture? You should be known to the cell membrane like we have covered in the Unit number 1, that should be known to everybody in detail. The cell membrane, the cell organelles, the composition of the cell membrane, the structure and the biomolecules present within the cell. The model like fluid mosaic model, membrane fluidity and the function of the cell membrane is also known to everybody. So the introduction, we will talk about physiology. So physiology is a science of life. It is a branch of biology that aims to understand the mechanism of living things from the basis of the cell function at the ionic and the molecular level to the integrated behavior of whole body, and the influence of the external environment is to be understood under physiology. Like I'll give you certain examples how a cell and the physiology within the cell to be understood in the part of science of life. Like this is atom do combine to form molecules and then it will acquire the genetic genetic information or in the gene kind of, and that gene is going to be present within the cell, that is composites of the organelles can be seen in the diagram properly. The whole cell structure is composed of various organelles present in it. The tissue, the cell is having tissue within, and then the tissues are going to somewhere form the organs present in the body. The organ will make the combination of organs even will make the organ system. You can see the organism as well. If I talk about the organ system, all the collective organs are present here. Then we will talk about any organism. It may be population of any species or the whole ecosystem where various species do exist in the form of ecosystem component. So now we will go for what is physiology. So physiology is the biological science dealing with the normal life phenomena exhibited by all the living organisms. You can see in this particular diagram that the genes, the composition and the physiological approach towards. So you can see this is the genetic constitution carried along with the genes. This is the molecular composition. These are the organelle like I have shown you in the previous diagram. The cell is composed of various organelles. Cell is also having certain variety of the tissues present, and the organ which is making the organ system within the particular organism, and finally the organism. It may be any kind of organism or the species we will be talking here with. So physiology is the biological science which is dealing with the normal life phenomenon exhibited by the all living organisms. If I'll talk about human physiology, the basic sciences dealing with the normal life and phenomenon of a human body is to be understood. So the goal of physiology is to explain about the physical and the chemical factors or the changes, reactions that are responsible for the origin as well as development and the progression of the life within the human being, as well as within any of the cell under which we are going for study. So what do we study under physiology part? To understand the physical and chemical principles which is required for the normal function in order to cure and the other impairment regarding life and phenomenon. So physiology, the study of nature, it involves the physics as well as chemistry. So we will be talking about pathophysiology, pharmacology, immunology, biochemistry and microbiology. These are the basic sciences which are actually involved while talking about the physiological responses or biochemical responses carried within a cell. So it is already known to all of us that physiochemical and biochemical demands by any organ as well as muscle to respond to any particular activity, that is coming through cell. So we can talk about for a human, maybe muscular work, maybe the regular life work, various organs are going to perform the specific functions. Having various kind of cells present, various kind of tissues present, and each organ and organelle is having specific function regarding that life movements. Like you can see here, the lungs, it is showing the natural activity. So you can see this is the lungs going to perform the respiratory action. The cardiac system is showing to show the circulation of the blood within the body, and the whole system of circulatory system is centered by the heart. Blood carrying RBCs, WBCs, carrying oxygen content to the blood, purify the blood, and deoxygenated one carrying this carbon dioxide out of the body in various activities. Artery system, digestive system, liver, every organ is performing different activities. So if I'll talk about liver, it is going to consider with the metabolic activity. You know. So the physiological as well as biochemical demands of each kind of muscle as well as each organ is going to be different and having the systemic responses. Now, organization of the human body. So at different level, different physiological activities are going through. Let's talk about firstly the cell. It is having various tissues within. Tissues are going to support the organ. Organs all collectively will form the organ systems, and the whole various organ systems present in any cell or human body is going to form the organism. One of the example can be human body as well. So what we are studying here, we are studying the physiology of the human body specifically. We can take any other cell as well in the similar manner, since beginning of that particular cell, detail about the cell. So we now will collectively talk about the organism and the various organ systems present within the particular organism under physiological part. So I'm going to brief you the introduction of the physiology in detail here. So let's talk about integration between the systems, organ systems present in the body that is going to perform the various life activities within the organism. So maybe one system is connected to another system like nervous system is correlated to the endocrine system. So you can see the musculoskeletal, respiratory, circulatory, that is excretory, digestive, all these systems are interconnected or integrated in such a way that whole body functioning will be carried out throughout the life. Now we will talk about the activities which are being performed by the general cell and maybe the organism, or you can take the example of human body as well. The first function we are going to discuss here with is homeostasis. So Walter Bradford Cannon in 1871 to 1945 gave the concept of homeostasis. Homeostasis is the stable, or you can say the rigidity can vary with narrow limits, that means normal physiological range. So what are the normal physiological range for the body homeostasis to achieve? So to maintain the regulation within the body, there are certain points we need to know. Like if I'll talk about homeostasis, so this is having the external as well as internal changes do have a coordination with the internal organelles present in the organs and organelles present in the body. So the homeostasis, this is the internal change. This is the internal change results in the loss of homeostasis. So internal and external both are going to be affected by the external atmosphere and will show the internal changes as well as the loss in the homeostasis. The organism attempts to compensate with the external as well as internal and finally it is going to, compensation sometimes fails and sometimes gets success. When compensation sometimes fails, the disease is going to be caused into the organism or the body of the organism. Whereas when the compensation is going to be succeeded somewhere by the external and the internal homeostasis to set, then the wellness is to be carried along within the cells or the body of the organism. So the successful compensation, homeostasis re-established, the failure to compensate, and pathophysiology and illness. These are the points may be achieved while the homeostasis and the control of internal organelle as well as the external environment to give the stability in the life of the organism to function various uh, physiological activities. Sometimes if it is failed completely, then it is going to cause death to the organism as well as organism. Regulation of the body function. So ability of a particular organism to maintain a stable internal conditions with the constantly changing environment can be done through one of the part is definitely regulation, that is chemical regulation or hormonal regulation. Second is that regulation is to be maintained by a body or maybe the organism by nervous regulation. And the third one is auto-regulation, which is altogether being carried along within the organism by itself. Let's talk about the chemical regulation first. So it is a regulatory process performed by the hormone and the hormonal activities. It is a kind of chemical substance present in the blood or bloodstream or within the tissues as well. So you can see this is the blood vessel. These are the target cells. These are the secreting cells. What is happening here? So it may be responding slowly or it may be extensively or it lasts for a longer period of time depending upon its activity. So if regulation is properly done by any of the organ, so it is going to last for a longer period of time. The second one is going to be nervous regulation. So let's talk about the nervous section. This diagram is going to suggest you how nervous activity is going to be carried within a particular organism. So the process in which the body functions are controlled by the nerve system, and the action pathway is going to be the nerve reflex. It may be unconditioned reflex or it may be conditioned reflex depending upon uh, the kind of activities is given to the particular cell or performed by a particular cell. Like certain characteristics, like it may respond fast, it may act extensively or locally, it may last for longer uh, or maybe shorter period of time. Next is auto-regulation. So after nervous regulation, first is chemical regulation, that is hormonal activities within the cell. Nervous regulation, that means nervous activities within the cell, nerve activities within the cell. Auto-regulation, that means the tissue or an organ can directly respond to the environmental change. So it is auto-regulation, like with the wind, the blinking of the eyes. This is a auto-regulation. The blinking of eye is an auto kind of regulation. It will change as per the environmental conditions. Independent of nervous and hormonal control, it is going all through. If it is imbalanced, it will create body either to go sick or it is going to be disturbance in the regular activities of the particular cell as well as particular organism. So certain characteristics of auto-regulation, like the amplitude of regulation is smaller than the other, nervous as well as chemical. So auto-regulation is shown by various, means very little kind of activity part. So it may be done through certain membrane, certain organelle, or certain organ itself, the auto-regulation part. But chemical regulation is going through whole through the body. Nervous is also going through on a wider scale. So extension of the effect is smaller than the other two types. So regulation of the human body and its function. There are three kind of regulation we have discussed here. That is going to coordinate the whole body as well as a system, and that system is going to control the whole physiological activities within the body. If I'll talk about, we can be able to talk about any organ which is specifically going to function like digestive system, like circulatory system. So all these are controlled by all three regulations. So certain references I have given you for the support to understand it better. You can go through these reference papers. So books and details are already given in the syllabus. So this is certain references I have given. Okay, this is all for the day. One video is also shown for the support to understand the lecture better, how the cell is going to act, and the physiological conditions as well as activities can be understood within a cell. So here I have taken human cell as well as the other possibilities of the cell to make it to understand physiology part better. So this is all for the day. Thank you.